Hi guys, it is Wednesday, early afternoon. I'm going to say a little bit after 3 o'clock, somewhere in there. I'm my first step in my adventurous trip to Poipet is now done. I finally got tickets. It's funny because I was looking for tickets online and they were reasonable prices, about what you would expect. But here's the thing, when you're ordering online, even if you specifically choose a return trip option, a round trip ticket, is that all of them had times for departure from Siem Reap to Poipet and about what time you would get there. That's all fine. But there was absolutely no information on a return trip. What time do they leave to come back? Unless you actually booked the ticket, which I found very strange. I don't want to book something if I don't have all the information. I'd hate to get there at 11 o'clock in the morning, take me an hour, maybe two, to get through all the visa processes I have to do, and then find out the bus isn't leaving until 5 or 6 at night. Not that I wouldn't mind spending a day in another city, but I have no plan. Don't know what there is to do. It's a gambling city, I know that. A lot of casinos. Well, at least one big casino. And it is considered by many to be sort of a rough and tumble town compared to other cities because of the gambling. This is what I've heard. Of course, I have no experience, so I can't say. So I decided to go on a quest and just walk around, check out travel agencies until I found one that could give me a ticket. I mean, if you're going to have an adventure, have a full adventure. Let's just do this the old-fashioned way. Let's not look at reviews online. Let's not get recommendations from people who have done it. Let's just go find a ticket. Let's see how it turns out. And I know a lot of people think that's crazy, but here's the deal. That's how I wound up in Cambodia. I'd never been here or nothing like that ever before. I just chose it. Grand adventure. Got on a plane. Here I am. But here's the thing also, is that even though I purchased the ticket from this place, I only got one-way tickets on a bus for only $8 each, one way per person. And I chose it because it was an established place. That place has been there. I mean, I walked by it, tons of times. It's got a storefront, got all the information in brochures and things out front. The owners speak really good English, and they could break a $100 bill. So boom, good enough for me. But the thing is, I have to wait till I get there to find out exactly what time the bus comes back. Nobody could give me that information. I don't know if that's a thing now, or it's just kind of up in the air. But that's why I decided to just get one-way tickets. I'll get there, I'll get my visa done, and then I'll work on getting back after that's taken care of. An adventure! I have heard that they have several hop-on buses that leave every so often right there by the border. You pay a little more for using one of those. I think it's like $10 a person or something. But I don't think I'm going to get stuck in Poipet. Fingers crossed on that one. But anyway, I think I did avoid a scam also. Saying a lie as she is wont to do. When I was out looking at different travel agencies, she gets impatient. She said something that came out to a tuk-tuk guy. He said something, and then we started taking off. Before we could even get to the corner, another tuk-tuk guy came up. Said, hey, you're looking to go to Poipet. You look Poipet? And I'm like, oh, here we go. You got to realize, man, these guys have associations with family members and friends. And they will get a commission if you use the service that they recommend. Which means it's going to wind up costing you more. Because the agency or the person, whoever it is, according to this guy, he's a taxi man. He's a taxi man, no agency. He's a taxi man. He knows this stuff. He said he can arrange minivan. He can arrange bus. But here's how to figure out whether it's legitimate or not. Because I asked him, I said, okay, where is this place? I can go talk to him. And he goes, I take you, hop in tuk-tuk, $1. And I'm like, that's what did it for me. No, not going to do that. Because once you hop in that tuk-tuk, he could take you out anywhere he wants to. Talk to some guy living in a shack. And of course, it will not be just $1, and it will not be just $6 or $7 for the ticket. It'll eventually come up with more and more ways to get more and more money out of you. And then you're kind of stuck there. And of course, he tried to hard sell it. No. Honest, good guy. Everybody knows. Well, I didn't know. I never heard of him before, so that's a no-go there. And oddly enough, it was right after that we walked directly around the corner from where he had pulled up on his tuk-tuk. And boom, there was this place. And I was like, oh, yay. So we got that all taken care of. We got the tickets for tomorrow. We'll have to be down there at 7 o'clock. The bus will leave at 8. Should be in Poipet around 11 o'clock or a little after. And of course, I'm going to take you with me. That's what this video is about. My Poipet adventure. I will film as much as I am allowed. There are certain places, of course, inside the official government agencies where you are not allowed to film anything. So I will get everything I can up until I'm told not to film anymore. All right. And we're off. Okay, now it officially begins. Oh. We go right here to this corner. That's where I got my ticket. Let's see where. Nice air-conditioned bus. Not much to see, of course, right now. We're still in town, but once we get going, I'll show you guys some more. Yeah. All right, this is our first stop on our grand adventure. There's the bus that we took. Little store right here selling snacks, candies. I guess you could buy a case of Anchor if you want. Or you could buy a big Spirit House if you want. They have all kinds of hats. All kinds of hats. Really, there's no sense in me getting footage on the way, because I realize this is the same route we take to get to Prava here. You can check out my videos there if you want to see the scenery, mainly just fields. Scattered little towns and houses in between. All right, we got 10 minutes here. Gonna go see what they got. All right, so I made it to Poipet. Here we are. There's the bus. Little look around. That sign over there indicates the border. They told me to stay on the right. And I will deal with Thai immigration, get a sticker. Then when I leave, come back to the Cambodian side, pay for my EB visa. And right now we're just here trying to secure transportation home. I believe Sanglai just said something about 3 o'clock. It's 11:45 right now. So yeah, that sounds about right. Waiting for everybody else to get off the bus. They are going to be meeting people on the other side that are going forward into Thailand. Bangkok, Pattaya, or Pattaya, different cities in that area. So we'll wait for them to deal with all these other people, get their tickets, and then I will be heading this way toward immigration. Catch up with you then. All right, Sangla got a phone number, somebody we can call. Somebody we can call once I get done with my border stuff. They say 100 meters to the right. I gotta tell you, man, that bus was pretty chilly. They had the air cranked from the beginning all the way here. They did not turn it down. At one point it got a little uncomfortable. But now I'm out here in the heat. It actually feels good for a change. There you go, there's a casino. Orchid Hotel. The Orchid Hotel, they called it the Rich Casino. Well, I guess that's a good name for a casino. You want to be rich? Go to the Rich Casino. And here we go. Departure. I see departure. So I would assume, since I am departing currently, this is where I want to go. Not allowed to record inside, probably, which makes sense. So let's see where everybody else went. Looks like this is the queue right here. I think. Let me make sure. General Department of Immigration. I think this is the place. All right, let me get in the queue. Looks pretty long. We'll see how it goes. I'll get back to you. All right, guys, step one is done. Step one is done. We have, on the Thai side, so far no problems. I went to the departure area, waited in the line. Well, there was a problem for me because I waited 20 minutes. And then when I first got up there, I had forgot to fill in my departure card. Rookie mistake, rookie mistake. The guy behind the glass did not look too impressed. He opened up my passport and looked at my departure card that's attached to it. And then he held it up to the window, pointed at it, and had that look on his face like, dude, I just can't believe how many times these people do this. I was like, oh man. So I had to grab it, go all the way back to the end of the line, fill it out, and then waited another, this time wasn't so bad, maybe 10 minutes. Luckily, I got through before the other buses showed up, which was a relief. Anyway, I got my stamp. I'm now headed to the Thai border, which is about 200 meters that way. We're a little bit back from where I was, because Sanglai stopped here for some reason. I don't know why. She just kept saying, come here, come here, come here, come here. We can do this, we can do this. Or I need to do this, I need to do this. I'm not sure what. But I don't know. I'm not even going to try to guess with that woman. But anyway, it's about 200 meters that way. will be the Thai border. I'll cross, then I'll find the incoming side. And everything should be good. Poipet is a really busy town down here by immigration. As you can see. But it doesn't, this part does not feel as bad as I was led to believe. That could change. Here down by the actual immigration where you cross and come back, there's just a lot of people trying to scam you along the way, offering you their services, get you through quicker. I hear there could be some people dressed in very official looking uniforms that will tell you to hand over your passport. They have to look at it, but I also know not to trust any of that. Go right into the designated official government buildings. That is where you would do your business. So, I'll let you know how that goes when I get there. Okay, I guess what she was doing was buying a temporary border pass, what it looks like. Gives her permission as a Khmer person to go into Thailand. Not sure how long it is, or I don't know any of the procedures, but apparently you can do that right down at the building I showed you just a while ago. And yep, here we are. Eastern border of Thailand. Right here. Not sure what I have to do here, or she's just got to do something. I think I can just go back. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out. All right, I'm back in Siem Reap. Came back last night. Pretty cool deal. As I said before, the 2 bus tickets to get there for 2 people, one way, was $8 each, or $16. We found a guy in a private car. It was just him, his wife, and me and Seng Lai. We had the whole little SUV to ourselves, and he took us all the way back to Siem Reap after I was done for only $10 each. So yeah, a couple dollars more, but we had the whole thing to ourselves. Very nice, very comfortable, and we got back in less time than it took us to get there, because there were, of course, no stops needed. Although we did stop once for everybody to take a bathroom break, that kind of thing. The reason I didn't finish this yesterday when I was in Poipet is because my battery died on my phone. I knew it was going to be iffy when I left. I did bring my charger with me. I thought maybe the bus would have an outlet like many of them do, but it did not. When I got to Poipet, all them buildings I went to, all the places I had to go, none of them had a place to plug in a phone charger. So that was it. I couldn't do any more video, couldn't take any pictures. Kind of bummed about that, but it is what it is. Anyway, but I can tell you that once I got upstairs to enter Thailand, that was probably the worst part of the whole trip, I would say. Mainly because there was just this huge line. It was tons and tons of people. When I went up the escalator and opened the door, you could almost bump somebody with the door. I mean, it was backed up all the way to the door. And it took about an hour and 15 minutes to get to the front and get my stamp into the country. And there was nothing to do, and that's the thing that kills me, is that my phone died. I couldn't watch YouTube videos, play around on Facebook, play a game. I couldn't read anything from my Kindle app. So it was just staring at the back of the same person for that long, shuffling ahead 1 or 2 feet at a time every few minutes around the little chains, like a big maze, you know. So that was pretty bad. But I had my arrival card, or my arrival card for Thailand, which of course you have to fill out whenever you're leaving a country. You'll have an arrival card for the country you're going into, and you'll need a departure card for the country you're leaving. Basically, same information on both. Thailand had a space. The Thailand arrival card had a space for residents in Thailand. I left it blank because I have no residence in Thailand. And when you get near the front of the line, they have a guy up there who's checking everybody's cards to make sure that they're filled out properly and everything. So he got to mine, he looked at it, he pointed to the blank spot, and I said, I don't have a residence in Thailand. He goes, oh, well, just write down the hotel you're going to stay at. And I'm like, I'm not going to stay at a hotel. I'm going to go right back into Cambodia. He gave me a look. It was pretty funny. He just kind of rolled his eyes, shook his head, but he still checked off on it. Another visa border runner. I don't think he was too happy, but when I finally got up to the booth, the little windows there, I had no problems at all. It took about 45 seconds. Stamped it, scanned my passport, stamped it, gave it back to me, and I was free to go, free to enter Thailand. And I was pretty happy about that. I'd never been to Thailand before, and I was like, yes, I finally get to see the land of smiles, as it's called. And about that, I can honestly say there weren't any smiles. I swear all government workers are just, they're very stiff. They seem to be mainly unhappy. If you ask questions, they'll just kind of grunt and point in a general direction. They don't really acknowledge you or anything like that. And that's true on both sides, by the way. So, you know. But of course, the only part of Thailand I really saw was enough to get me, as soon as I got out of the building, turned to the right, crossed the street, and headed right into the departure side so I could depart Thailand and get back into Cambodia, which I did, again without a problem. Then I got to the Cambodian side, got my visa on arrival, e-visa, $35. I did not bring an extra passport photo, which you need on the form, and they way overcharge you for that. That was an extra $5, so I had to pay $40. That was my fault. I knew I had extra at home, and I knew I needed one, but I forgot it before I left. But anyway, I'm all stamped now. Then we got the private car back. I will say this about Poipet. I'm sure, like any town, it has areas that are very, very nice. Probably a lot of fun. But the area where I have to go to, down where all the activity is happening by the borders, there is nothing about it that I would care to go back to. There's just nothing. I'm sure everybody there knows what they're doing. But I had no idea what I was doing. As you can tell by the video, I'm just like, I think this is a building. I think we go here. You know, like I said, when you ask them a question, they just kind of point and grunt. So you're kind of left to your own devices to get it right. But Eventually, you will find your way. There's just nothing else down there except people are running around, hustling, and everybody's trying to get your attention. They want to give you a ride somewhere. They know somebody who can help you with your visa. Just all kinds of craziness. When you leave the departure area from the Poipet side, there's actually a sign that points in a direction and says Thailand 200 meters. 200 meters. And yet you'll have people waiting outside on motorbikes. They'll take you there for $1. It's like, dude, it's 200 meters. I don't need to spend $1 to get somewhere that close. But anyway, that was my Poipet adventure. Except for the few mistakes that I made, not knowing what to do, where to go, etc. Kind of unsure of all the processes and procedures. I think all in all, it went pretty well. We got back Siem Reap about 7 o'clock. So all in all, it was like 11 and a half hours from the time we left till the time we got back. And the total cost, and this includes transportation for 2 people at the rates I've already given you. The total cost was $76. So yeah, except for the extra $5 for that passport photo, just about right. So I didn't get overcharged. Nobody tried to scam me for more money or anything. Matter of fact, when you get back into the Cambodian side and you go to the visa on arrival, you'll see a sign that says tourist visa $30, e-visa, or they still have a sign that says ordinary visa, which is the e-visa, $35. So the sign's very clearly written. Like I said, I do think they charge extra, like way too much for just a passport photo. And here's the thing, you only need it for the card, for the arrival card. You don't, because I have a passport, I don't need it for my passport, obviously. So I gave him the $5. They never even took a picture. That's the thing. He took the card, stapled the $5 onto it, and handed it to the guy behind the counter. So, But I can say that, like I said, except for my mistakes and my lack of knowledge, everything else went pretty smooth. Now, it's not a pleasant experience. It's nothing I would recommend to people to do like for fun. It was not fun. As I said, government employees, they don't smile, they don't want to talk to you or acknowledge you, and I can understand that. They see hundreds and hundreds of tourists every day, and they're probably as sick of us as we are dealing with them sometimes, and they don't have to be nice. That's the thing, they don't have to smile. Not like a customer service job, where even if you don't like the customers, you still have to smile and laugh and pretend like you want them there for business. This is you don't get to do that here, because you're going to have to come to them if you need something. So they are not out to make sure you are happy. But anyway, that was my experience. Like I said, not pleasant, nothing I would recommend, but still, for having to just get it done, I thought everything went pretty much smoothly. And everything should be good now. All right. I had a good night's sleep. Ready to start school again Monday. And I'll be doing it legally now. So I'll talk to you guys in the next one.